Hi, good morning. Sorry to keep you waiting. A hearty welcome to the May 2017 edition of the newly GIS Conversation webinar series on Monitors What Matters to You with Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS. I'm Felicia and I'll be your speaker for today's webinar. As part of the business solution team in Esri, Singapore, I'm actively involved in crafting geospatial solutions on the Esri ArcGIS platform for clients and business partners to help organizations get values, added insights from spatial technology. Today, I'm really happy to see that we have a great mix of participants ranging from educations, local governments, commercials, and business partners joining us today. And not to mention our guests from overseas as well. I look forward to interacting with all of you as this program progresses. Before we start, let's do a quick housekeeping. This webinar is being recorded and it will be available by the beginning of next week. You will be receiving an email that includes the link to the recorded webinar. Please feel free to also give us your feedbacks on the content. While the webinar is happening, please feel free to send us your question through the Q&A panel, and I will address them at the end of the session. Finally, we will wrap up the webinar with some quick announcement. Let's start with a quick introduction to Esri for the benefit of our friends who are joining us for the first time. Esri is the market leader in geospatial solutions, and for the past 40 years, we have been providing cutting-edge spatial solutions to hundreds of organizations across the globe to leverage spatial insights using its powerful yet intuitive tools and templates. Esri Singapore is the Singapore-based entity that supports the in-country clients with implementation and training since 1981 and served more than 700 clients. So let's start. Okay, so Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS is a free Windows and browser-based application that you can use on your desktop or tablet. You can use interactive maps with dynamic data sources that update automatically as underlying information changes. You can also build focused dashboard for use in multi-display operation centers, laptops, iPads, and Android tablets. You can even extend and customize your operation dashboard with new widgets, map tools, and feature actions using the ArcGIS API for JavaScript. Widgets are the core of operation views. Your operation view is blank until you add a widget. The map widget is usually included and often serves as the source of input data for other widgets. Other common widgets include bar or pie charts, lists, or indicators. You can actually choose which data source or attribute value to be displayed by the widget. You can even specify the appearance settings, provide a description or explanatory text, and set any other properties required for that particular widget. So basically, organization uses Operation Dashboard to monitor deliveries, services, people, vehicles, and other assets anywhere in the world. They can also manage planned and unplanned events. For example, you can actually use Operation Dashboard to track a city emergency response activity as they unfold. There are two types of operation views. When you create a new operation view, you choose whether it will be displayed in an environment with multiple monitors, such as in a desktop settings, or on a single monitor, such as a tablet device or in a web browser. A single display operation view has a predetermined layout with a map widget on the right and configurable panels of widget on the left. Let me quickly show you the web map to be used in the operation view. Simple web map will bring together feature surveys from ArcGIS server or even portal for ArcGIS that we want to use here. So basically on the left hand side, you can see the list of layer that I actually use for my operation, that will be used for my operation dashboard in the later part. So I have a layer of vehicles. This is actually for tracking purpose. I have a layer of my traffic incidents, a live traffic incidents from the LTA. I have alerts that's telling me if there's a vehicle that's deviating from routes. There's alerts telling me that the routes which will be affected if there's any traffic incidents. And these are all the alerts that I will be receiving, as well as the planned and unplanned route. There is a few things to take note here. To allow the dashboard to work, we need to set a refresh interval, even if it's slower than what we are actually use. In the web map, we need to set the refresh interval so that it will work dynamically in the dashboard. Here, I have the dashboard which monitors the real-time delivery tracking for any, probably a logistic company. I have here a total of 200 plus orders to be delivered with 5 trucks, as you can see over here, together with the optimal planned route in the center main map widget. So total, I have also 5 routes with different colors. And also the LTA live traffic incident at the bottom right density map. Together with the planning areas. So at a glance, you'll be able to know which are the areas that's having high density of traffic incidents. Above the map, there's also a total count and a chart widget to show the distribution of the traffic incidents. So at this point of time, we know that there's actually quite a high activity of roadworks around Singapore now. If we take a look at the map settings, you can see that the same feature surveys or the feature layer in the web map, you can see some of them are dynamic and some are not. Linked to this is actually the refresh settings in the dashboard, single interval of 1 second refresh rate to update those dynamic layers. This is actually how we get some kind of animation within the dashboard. Let's take a look at a couple of widgets in the dashboard. As you know, cost-efficient delivery plans can be impossible to enforce once the driver leaves the warehouse. With the real-time vehicle tracking, backend operation crew will be able to receive notification whether the drivers deviate from the planned route through the summary and the list widget on the left panel. Or if there's any unforeseen circumstances, such as traffic incidents that are causing the planned routes to be affected. For instance, now we know that there's a vehicle that's deviating from the planned route. And also there is a total of 44 traffic incidents that might cause potential delay to the delivery. The backend operation crew can also easily compare the progress of the drivers against the plan and proactively alert the customer or customer service team of any potential delay. So from the pop-up here, you know that you have the vehicle ID, the driver's name, the driver's contact number, where is this driver delivering to, and also the customer contact number. Live video feed from in-car cameras can also be easily embedded into this dashboard. So basically, a dashboard like this will allow the backend operation crew to get real-time delivery status updates. Latest vehicles locations and delivery status can be reported through a dashboard designed for planners, dispatcher, as well as the operation managers for a better situational awareness and have a common operating pictures. Let me now quickly go through again the workflow on how you can actually create an operation view to be used in the dashboard. First, you will need to create a map to be used in the operation view. Next, like I mentioned earlier, you need to author an operation view using the map created by setting a refresh interval or setting up any reference URL if you have any references images that's required. You also can define any spatial bookmark if there's any. You need to also configure the data sources. So mainly there's actually two options, like the one I showed earlier from the web map. By selecting the data layers in the web map, you can also add external source by adding data from any ArcGIS organization or portal for ArcGIS. You can add widgets. So currently there's actually more than 10 out of the box widgets available. Like the one that I've used earlier is the chart widget, the list widget, the summary widget. You can also configure map tools that let you do something on the map, such as bookmark, table of content, where you can actually turn on and off the layer, etc. As well as the feature action where you can actually apply to the feature itself, such as highlighting or zooming or even selecting a feature to see the results in the map. And also setting up different panels of information that will be available for monitoring, such as the position of the widgets. Single display has layout and panels. So the one that I've shown you earlier is actually a multi-display, which provides more flexibility where you can actually rearrange the widget. You can also set the text size as well as the color theme. So just now the one I showed you, the color theme is actually black. Well, so when everything is done, configuring, setting up all the widget, you can actually share this operation view with others within the organization. So that's all I have. Let's move on to some Q&A. Okay, so I see that there's actually a few questions over here. Okay, so what is the licensing of the app? Okay, Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS is actually available to member of ArcGIS on organization, like the portal for ArcGIS. This includes those with subscription to ArcGIS Online as well. Okay, so can Operation Dashboard be extended? Yes. Like I mentioned earlier on, it can be, you can actually extend the built-in functionality of the app using ArcGIS API for JavaScript. You can develop your own widgets, your map tools, and feature actions and include them in an operation view. There's another one that's coming in. Can I further customize the codes or built-in components like the chart widgets or? No, built-in components cannot be customized. So you can actually create, or you can actually build new widgets using the ArcGIS API for JavaScript to actually add on to the additional functionality. Oh, okay. So there's also another question. How do you obtain this operation dashboard? Okay, actually you can access the operation dashboard through ArcGIS Online or Portal for ArcGIS. Or you can actually download the desktop version from the Esri website. Yes. Okay. What is it required to allow live video feeds and traffic updates? Okay, so basically I'll talk about the traffic updates. So this live LTA traffic updates is actually so there's this API provided by LTA in the LTA website. So you can actually write Python script to call this API to actually stream for the traffic incidents and update into the feature layer as you publish this feature layer on the portal itself. The live video feed. Okay, so there's actually this Esri gallery where there are actually developer who has actually developed this custom widgets which is available on the gallery. So you can actually they actually allow you to actually stream HTML page. So basically you need to embed this video feed into a HTML page. So you can actually reference to the HTML page and then you can actually see this live video feed. Okay, let me see if there's any other. Is there any more questions that's coming in? Okay, let me see. Okay, so there's another question. With internet separation of local governments, can we still use Operation Dashboard? Yes, you can actually set up an on-premise ArcGIS portal for ArcGIS and in a disconnected mode. So you still can actually make use of the Operation Dashboard, share it within your organization. Okay, so if there's no any other question, well, this actually brings us to the end of this webinar. Okay, furthermore, we would like you to actually take part in our upcoming meetup on Operation Dashboard for ArcGIS the following Friday, 26 May, 3 p.m. at the Esri Singapore office. This is actually a great opportunity to take your learning further and network with your other members and professionals within the local community which share common interests as you. Thank you again for joining us and do stay tuned for the next few sessions on enterprise data discovery and visualizations, insights for ArcGIS, which is a game changer for amazing spatial data visualization capability via a browser with no plugins required. So if there's any further technical query, you can email me at the following email. Or if you have any general feedbacks, you can actually feedback to Anjusha or the sales and commercial email. And have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.